going on in Santa Clara. But Mooch was talking about the trade value for Trey Lance. And, it's more than just preseason games. What does Trey Lance need to do here? So this cut, it is a minute long. Here it is. Trey Lance's trade market, according to Steve Mariucci of NFL Network.
I believe that probably most teams had him graded as a first-round draft choice the year he came out. Most teams. And I know some people still feel that way, but they want to see it. They want to see it after injuries, after rehab, after going through the wars a little bit. What is he like now? So that's why I think it's very important for the Niners to get him back in there and show him playing well. If he ever is going to be traded, or if Sam is, or whoever, they want those guys to play well, because by October trading deadline, you want to have some value in that guy. That, hey, he's back, he's that number one pick that everybody was thinking about back then, and here's your guy. It's going to cost you some draft choices to get him. I'm not. Heck, they might just keep him the whole darn year and keep all three quarterbacks, and that might be the smart thing to do. But I do know that they want him to show better in the preseason right now, just for Trey's sake, for his value's sake, and just that's got to happen. And I'm sure it will. We've all seen him play better than that, right?
And so Trey, when you look at his performance and you see the hesitation, to me it just screams that he needs a lot of reps. And right now, the timing's bad, man. Like we highlighted this. There's so many examples of guys taking jobs from quarterbacks who get hurt. All right? You look at Don Bukowski, Brett Favre. You look at Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe. You look at Dak Prescott, Tony Romo.
Steve Young, Joe Montana.
Yeah, it's Tony Romo over Drew Bledsoe in Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dak
there's
Prescott.
so many examples. Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
It's Dak Prescott over Tony Romo. It's so many examples in this league of guys just coming out of nowhere. Like Geno Smith has been a reclamation project, but he got his job taken early on. You know what I'm saying? Kurt Warner. How did Kurt Warner arrive? Trent Green got hurt in the preseason game, was out for the season with a torn ACL. All of a sudden, Kurt Warner's quarterbacking the greatest show on turf. Yeah. And here we are with Kurt Warner being in the Hall of Fame. He may never get that shot if Trent Green isn't hurt. So the problem with Trey was he had the job last year. He earned that job last year. He had it. He got hurt. And Brock Purdy came in and stole the thunder of everybody in that organization. Hell, he stole a lot of this fan base. Anna was chirping yesterday. I told you Brock Purdy was a guy. That guy's the next. Anna believes he's the next Tom Brady. Now, I know. God bless her soul. She's new to this football thing. But she saw Purdy the first time she saw him. She goes, that's the guy. All the casuals believe Brock Purdy's the guy. There's a lot of diehards who believe Brock Purdy's the guy.
I'm not ripping Anna here. Because a lot of people say this. He's the next Joe Montana.
Right.
He's the next Tom Brady.
Right.
Is Patrick Mahomes the next Joe Montana or Tom Brady?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm asking. If I asked a casual sports fan,
I don't even like doing
they would be like, no, I know, but they would be like,
he's one of one. To me, Mahomes is more John Elway. But he's John Elway on drugs. You know what I'm saying?
But if I said to you, Mahomes gets 4 championships, you'd be like, wow, it's an unbelievable career.
Unbelievable.
Can Purdy get and play in a full NFC Championship game before we start talking about he's the next this? And you're
Tyler,
she's not alone. A lot of people do that with Drew Brees. They're like, he's the next Drew Brees.
But that's just the belief they have in this quarterback. They believe that Brock Purdy can take them to the promised land because of what they saw. And you know what? Being at that stadium where they were chanting Purdy and what I felt in that stadium, I said, damn, this guy, my jaw was just, he made that throw to Christian McCaffrey. I was like, oh my God. He's out-dueling Tom Brady. Tom Brady's on the other sideline. And how many quarterbacks do we see the word melted, or melt has been used a lot because Shanahan said he would have to melt in practice to lose the starting job? He did not melt in that situation against Tom Brady. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks just go down. They see Tom on the other sideline. They're like, damn.
But it's not Tom versus Brock.
It's not Tom versus Brock.
Tampa versus the Niners.
Yes, I understand that, Chasky. But you're missing my point. How many quarterbacks know that Tom's on that other sideline? If I don't play well, they're going to roll us. And they melt in that situation. Instead, this guy, I'm going against Tom. I'm playing with house money. Let's go out here and ball. That's what I'm saying. And that Tampa Bay defense, by the way, I know he's not playing against Tom Brady. That Tampa Bay defense wasn't bad. And he shredded them. The Niners shredded them. So, Tyler, I know how Trey Lance got hurt. I didn't agree with the game plan with Trey Lance. But he got hurt. And he opened the door for Jimmy. And Jimmy opened the door for Brock Purdy, and here we are. And so with that said, the reps in practice, I can't be mad at them anymore for giving Purdy all the number 1 reps. I was the first week and a half of training camp, but I get what they're doing. They got to get this ready to. He's got to get ready to go with Debo and Brandon Ayuk. What was the same argument we used all last season with Trey Lance or this offseason? We need reps. The quarterback needs to build a rapport.
Of course,
with
and he missed that entire offseason.
And he missed that entire offseason. So you got to make it up in training camp.
Here's what I would say, as somebody who's tried to learn my lesson time and time again, whether it's Alex, Kaepernick, Jimmy G, Trey Lance, CMC. We just gotta allow the thing to play itself out. So talking about what he will be throughout the entirety of the body of a career, different story. Throw that to the side. That's ridiculous.
I'm talking about
for this year, right? Like there's a big sell job that's going on right now. I'm seeing a lot of quotes coming out of the building, and I just tell everybody like, it is great that you believe like that. You're really setting this guy up for almost unrealistic expectations.
Well,
like if I took the worst year of a full starter year of a Kirk Cousins year, and I said that's what Brock Purdy had this year, all right? And most people, if I just the raw data, I'm talking about the raw data, the right. Passing yards, all that, and they won, let's say 12 games. I said that's a great year. That's a great year. Yeah. I don't know if that'd be good enough for some people.
It won't be good enough for some people.
And that's ridiculous to me.
It would.
So that's where I'm trying to be reasonable. I'm not trying to be a Brock hater. I'm also not trying to be some like over-the-top homer. I'm trying to be somewhat reasonable. I say, man, like 25 touchdowns, 12 picks. The team wins like 12 games. He plays all 17. They win a couple playoff games. Hell yeah, I want to win the Super Bowl. But like, there's levels and steps before we start sprinting and becoming one of the elite quarterbacks in the league. I'm just really trying to be realistic here.
Yeah, but I don't really care about the numbers. I think so many people are fixated on the raw data, the raw stats.
No, I think with the numbers will come team success.
The wins, the numbers, that'll all play itself out. That'll all come. The thing is, can he push the ball down the field? That's what's been missing in this offense, which is why we all love Trey Lance coming out of training camp or coming out of that draft. It's like, finally, we got a guy who can push the ball downfield and threaten the defense and take the top off the defense. I think defenses are like looking at Brock Purdy saying, boy, if we do play within a 15-yard radius, he will try to beat us deep. He will try to burn us deep. And you know what? The Niners now have playmakers that can beat you deep and can high point that football in a guy like Brandon Ayuk and at times Deebo Samuel as well. So, look, man, Brock Purdy took that offense to another level. Now, what does it look like? And we want to say, hey, it's setting up Purdy for failure with all these expectations. I don't look at it like that. I look at Kyle Shanahan. I look at Kyle Shanahan. Shanahan, you're on the hot seat here. And I'm not saying a hot seat in terms of being fired, but in terms of quarterback criticism. Shanahan, you pick Trey Lance. If it doesn't work out with Trey Lance, that goes on your resume, as well as John Lynch, but it goes on your resume.
But isn't it, just for a second here, obviously Purdy has accomplished so much more than Trey.
Right.
Hasn't this organization learned a little bit? Like, I'm not even saying that you can't love your guy. I'm just saying, like, when you go way over the top,
you feel like it's over the top? I just feel like they're answering questions.
It might just be preseason where we hype up everything. Like we do this in baseball. So-and-so's having the best spring training of all time. This pitcher is working on this, and he's going to do that. You don't get negative articles.
Right.
But like every quote is talking about, just to me, he's like, I knew he was him the second I saw him because of the aura. It looked like Jesus walking through the door. I'm like, guys, like, let's take a deep breath, all right?
Well, that's the way they feel. By the way,